Hello, YouTubers. Joe Curzi here on Wednesday, September 18th, um, 2013. Uh, I wasn't going to necessarily put anything up here today, but this just becomes too good to pass up sometimes. Now, on August on August 19th, which was which you will notice is one day short of a month, I ordered from Amazon.com uh, a product called the Creative D100 wireless Bluetooth speaker, because there are a couple of YouTubers I listen to who, for whatever reason, their sound level is very low, and yes, I could put on my headphones and listen to them, but then if Paul's home and we want to watch it together, then we can't really hear it. So I thought, let's just get a loudspeaker, ideally, a wireless loudspeaker. Well, a Bluetooth loudspeaker. There's a difference between wireless and Bluetooth. Excuse me. You know, to listen to this stuff where you can amplify the sound over and above what's coming out of the computer speakers. So in due course, I ordered this on the 19th, and it shipped on the 20th, and I can't remember exactly when it arrived, but it arrived fairly promptly, as most of this stuff does. And, well, from Amazon, anyway. Or at least, when they say it's going to arrive. So this is the item here. Let's see. There we go. Now see, now that looks really neat, doesn't it? And you've got a connect button, and you've got a volume button, and then you've got a thing in back here that you can actually plug a wire into your headphone thing on the side of your computer and plug into the back here if you wish, and then you've got well, then there's like a power thing if you want to run it right off of the 120 mains, and then there's an on-off switch. Okay, and then of course a battery thing. You can put 4 AA cells in there, and you can run it off batteries. So I thought this was just the aces, and indeed the first 2 times I tried to use it worked fine. Now I'm going to tell you, it worked fine after excuse me, a tremendous amount of trying to pair this thing up with my computer. Now I'm not the swiftest of souls when it comes to doing this kind of stuff. So I thought, okay, fine, soldiered on at it, persisted at it, and eventually it paired up. Now, of course, you had to sort of go back, and restart all the stuff you were trying to listen to because it took so long to pair it up. And so, okay, so that happened on 2 separate occasions. Excuse me. And so I had tried it in the interim a couple of times in the afternoon. I was going to watch one of these YouTube movies, not, where some guys uploaded a whole movie, and for some reason the sound comes off real soft. And I thought, well, that's just, and I tried. I couldn't get the thing to work. Okay, so I just put the headphones on because I'm home alone. And so then today I thought I'd try it again, and all I got was on 3 separate occasions. 3 separate occasions was I get this ululating, it sounds like I was at a Muslim wedding. No, I'm sorry, a Muslim funeral. I don't know. Maybe they do it at weddings too. I don't know. Maybe there'll be a fatwa issued against me. Forget the dog. Beware the. But without straying over into religious bigotry, which I don't mean that at all, by the way. Uh, then it comes time to send this boy back to where I got it, because it's a 30-day return policy, and I'm 1 day short of the return. So then I go to the various Amazon things. Oh, return, return help, return this. Read about how to return. Oh, here's how you return. This, that, and the other. This, that, and the other. Okay. Well, I found myself once again trapped in kind of this cycle. Oh, return. Oh, back again. Oh, yeah. Oh, back again. Back again. Okay. So finally, after clicking on an obscure corner of one of these windows, I was given a tip. It wasn't a point spread. It was a tip. And, visit, let's see, what'd they say? They said, visit our, I tried to send them an email. I went back and found the actual original, order invoice and sent them an email off of that invoice. And I thought, well, this is, I'm not going to hear back from these guys. I mean, that's just a shot in the dark. Well, by golly, I got one back. And they said, oh, well, here, visit our, they gave me another link. Well, turns out that link was not quite the link, but it eventually led me to, look around on the page and try out other links on the page, in which it was like I could actually then send them a real email, which I did. And I was eventually able to say to them, although I had said it to them what I had thought on 2 other occasions, during this little peregrination and journey, I said, this product is proved to be a non-working product. That's sort of like the dead parrot thing in Monty Python, isn't it? This is a dead parrot. This is a defunct parrot. This product is proved to be a non-working product, despite several attempts to pair it with my Bluetooth. After working the first day or two, and that was a charitable characterization on that one, I'll say. After working the first day or two, I had it. After much trouble getting it to pair, also a bit of an understatement. The most I can get it to do now is to buzz or produce a series of nonsense, repetitive electronic noise. Well, electronic noise is kind of a tautology, isn't it? I mean, it's an electronic device. I should just say noise. I wish to return it, but cannot figure out how to work my way through your return policy, quote, help, unquote, pages, or page, and the returns page. Please help me. I do not want to eat the $58 on this. And to put that in perspective, I've eaten some money on some other things, not from Amazon, but just from other outfits. I mean, we all do, don't we, from time to time? It's just not worth boxing it up and trying to figure out how to send it back. But $58, So by golly, I sent that off at 2:11 this afternoon on September 28th. No, September 18th, 2013. And at 3:58, I got back, I actually got back a message from Amazon customer service. I'll tell you, You got to be fair about this. You got to be fair about this. Their website might be incomprehensible to somebody like myself, but now here's what they're saying they're going to do, and I wait to see what happens, but I'll take them at their word. I'll take them at their word. Hello. I'm sorry to hear about the problem you had with your recent order for the Creative D100 wireless Bluetooth speaker. Note the name of that product, guys. No, here's what's the fun part. Due to safety reasons, we cannot accept the return of any hazardous materials at any of our fulfillment centers. This includes, but is not limited to, the items are flammable, gas-powered, or use propane or natural gas, have rechargeable batteries, or contain powerful magnets. The risk of accident is simply too great. We cannot accept the return of products that have special shipping restrictions imposed by the U.S. Department of Transportation. Now this is very interesting because, how the hell do you think they sent it to me? They didn't some guy in a poncho with a sombrero and a mule carrying it down the road and carried up the driveway. This thing had to have taken a ride in an airplane at some point. Give me a break. Give me a break. What a bunch of BS. In any case, though, then they got to the point that really matters. It's always about money, isn't it? Follow the money. That's what Deep Throat said, follow the money. In this case, there's no need to return this item to us. There's no need to return the item for us to issue you a refund. You're welcome to keep, donate, or dispose of. Donate? Donate this hazardous item to some charity? You're encouraging me to go donate this product that you've deemed hazardous to go, to some charitable organization? What am I supposed to do? Render somebody homeless as it explodes or the magnets do something to their brain? Okay. You're welcome to keep, donate, or dispose of whichever option is most appropriate and convenient for you. Well, I'm going to have to think about that. I'm going to think of several options that may or may not be convenient, either to me or the person I might be contemplating it with or upon. I requested a refund for $58.54 to the original payment method. Now, then there's some stuff about, when they'll pay it, and 2 to 3 days, blah, 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 blah. Well, we shall see on that one, won't we? Nonetheless, it was just too delicious. It was just too delicious and delightful to let this one slide past. Still, it's sad because it seemed like such a good, it was a bit of a pain in the behind to set up, but once it worked for the first couple times. But oh well, get my money back. I put that down at the end of the driveway. Maybe I shouldn't put it down at the end of the driveway. Maybe that would be considered an act of terrorism. Uh-oh. The NSA is going to hear that word. No, guys, I don't want to commit that. I don't want to commit an act of terrorism. I just want to get rid of this useless piece of crap in my house. Lord knows I've got, those of you who have watched me know that I have lots of useless pieces of crap in my house. Well, I can't let the rest of the day go by without saying that I just got off the horn with my ex-wife before I decided to open up QuickTime Player 7 Pro and make this video. And I was discussing we were discussing my videos. Well, she discussed my Apostles' Creed video, saying where I said, why didn't we say the Apostles' Creed at his funeral? And she says, how dare you? How dare you criticize this wonderful man? Well, first of all, she's never met this man, although he is indeed a wonderful guy. And her real point is, how dare I, a lay person, criticize an ordained clergyman in the Episcopal Church? Well, as anybody who's been, watching the U.S. Episcopal Church knows nowadays, the fact that you are ordained in the U.S. Episcopal Church doesn't say too much about, your Orthodox Christianity. Now, this guy is basically, he's very Orthodox. I mean, he's a believer. He's a believer. He actually believes in all the stuff that are the Orthodox tenets of Christianity. Unlike our previous rector, who thought Jesus was just a really nice guy, who was trying to figure out whether, he had a close relationship to God. The scriptures are just sort of like, some random jottings that have been, fished out of the trash of history. This guy believes in this stuff. I mean, he believes. I really like the guy. I mean, so she says, how dare you criticize this man? Well, I mean, criticize. See, when I use the word criticize, it's like, oh, I didn't like the way that you spilled your milk down the front of you. That'd be like if I said that to my son, when he was younger. I said, oh, I don't like the way you got to straighten up. That's a criticism. That's not me saying, oh, I'm going to condemn you to hell forever because you spilled milk. See, now, I think that's the way she's using. Anyway, this gets down to my, and I've got to get this out here. The donkey show theory of the U.S. Episcopal Church. Maybe in a lot of churches. You could bring in a Tijuana donkey show into a church sanctuary. And if the congregation, particularly in a U.S. Episcopal Church, thought that the rector had sanctioned it, they would sit there like a bunch of pole-axed morons and accept it without murmur. 95+% of them. Well, the great thing about being a Protestant is that every man is his own priest. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't buy into that theory of the U.S. Episcopal Church, where just because you're ordained and have studied, you have a greater connection of what's going on with the divine. Now, as it turns out, I've spent the last 8 or 9 years reading about this stuff. But that doesn't mean that, because it's not me. It's not me. It's not me at all. And I can't believe that God Almighty doesn't want any of us to profess their belief in Him and His Son and the Holy Ghost in whatever setting, certainly not a funeral. So, there. Go out and feed that donkey. Alrighty, bye-bye, YouTubers.